All right, welcome back to art class, and what we're going to do is we're going to be wrapping this up. This is just going to be simple coloring today, and we're going to be working on the background first and then the leaves area. So the background is going to be cold colors. Specifically, we should know the cold colors pretty well by now. Remember, we're working with greens, so I want you to pull out any greens that you have. Then you're going to pull out any blues that you would have. And I want you to pull out any purples that you have. Because those are the ones we're going to focus on at first. Okay? Down here at the bottom, this is the ground area, so we want to stick with the cold colors that make sense for the ground. Obviously, the two greens make sense, but remember, you can have a bluish green color as well, so you could be mixing in your blues to some of your spots in there with the greens. Violet does not mix very well with green itself, so we're going to leave violet out of the ground area. And the way this is colored, so it's pretty easy. So I'm just going to pick a square, and literally you're just going to outline a square and neatly fill it in. Okay, and you pick another. So I'm going to pick this spot up here. Now the ground line actually is right here, so I only have to color this bottom half because that is ground. Now we're going to end up having to repeat quite a bit, but that's where we do a little bit of mixing to help reduce how much we have to repeat. So let's say right here, I am going to do a blue-green with blue at the bottom of the two colors. Whichever color does go down first can change how it looks. So I'm going to put my blue down first. Now I can't just leave it blue, it's got to be blue-green because it really doesn't make sense otherwise. Okay, so this is a blue-green, which is a little bit more blue, but if let's say we go over here and color a space with green first, and then lightly do the blue. Over the top. You get a slightly different version where it's greener than it is blue. So it just kind of depends on which is on top and which is on the bottom. You can see my ground here. It's got a little bit of variety, a little patchwork. Okay. Now with the sky. The sky is going to work pretty much the same way, except our focus is going to be with the blues and the purples. We can do a little bit of blue-green more in the line of like this, where it's mostly blue and a tinge of green, but we're going to focus mostly on the purples and the blues. Okay. And we're going to stay out of the leaf area for right now. Last, we're going to be working on the leaves here. And for the leaves, we're doing warm colors. And the basic warm colors are red, yellow and orange, and your sets often have a yellow, red, orange. If you're working with crayons, you actually have more options than you do with the normal colored pencil sets. So you would actually find this maybe a little bit easier to fill in when you're working with crayon. But what's nice about colored pencil is you can blend the colors. Okay, and so I'm just going to go in and fill in the leaves, and then we'll be pretty close to done. So I'm going to fast forward this part, and so you can see me go through it pretty quick. I also will be going in and then erasing and touching up edges and things like that as I go. Okay, and now we're pretty much complete. The only other thing that might be done is maybe a Sharpie outline, but I don't think it's necessarily needed if your edges are nice and crisp. Okay. When you're done, take a photo, upload it like normal, and I will see you next week.